I've been making controller repair videos for years, and by far the most popular ones are those where I show how to fix analog stick drift. Those videos have accumulated over 11,000 comments, and reading through those has given me a doorway into the minds of people who deal with drift. And from that, it's apparent to me that there are some common misconceptions about repairing drift that are floating around out there. Hopefully what I'm about to say will clear some of those misconceptions up. So let's move on to the first one. Misconception 1 is that drift is more of a problem on Xbox than it is on PlayStation, or vice versa. For example, on this drift repair video for Xbox controllers, this person suggests that you should just buy PlayStation instead. But guess what? My PS5 drift repair video gets a lot of views, as does my DualShock 4 repair videos. And so does the one about the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. The reality is, drift is a problem on pretty much all controllers of this generation as well as the previous generation. It's all because the vast majority of analog sticks being made for this generation and the last one use this design for their analog sticks. A silver box with two wheels on the side of it that turn two potentiometers inside, having four sides and a giant opening on the top. I often refer to this as a trash can, and that trash can design is one of the main reasons why there's so many problems. Debris gets inside that opening. Why do so many companies use this trash can design? Probably because it's cheap. There have been so many of them mass-produced in China that the prices come down a lot probably. Let's hope that in the next generation, these companies come up with a better mechanism. Misconception 2 is that controller drift is primarily caused by wear and tear and therefore isn't fixable unless you do intensive work inside the controller, such as replace the entire analog stick. Sometimes people are so entrenched in that belief they don't even bother doing the things I show in my video. I encourage people who think that way to read the comments on those videos and make note of how many people said that the video worked. Those people will often state which method in the video worked. That's what I do in those videos. I show numerous things to attempt. If one of those things doesn't work, you're supposed to move on to the next one. As those videos go on, the methods get more intensive, and I eventually instruct them to go inside the controller and do intricate things. I realize that if someone's watching the video and my solutions did not work, that person may not feel comfortable leaving a comment telling me that it didn't. But the percentage of thumbs ups I get for those types of videos are pretty high. If I was forced to guess, I would say about 90% of people who do the things I show in those videos end up fixing their issue, or at least they see some improvement. So why do so many people think it's hard to repair drift? I think some of it has to do with a video by IGN called The Real Science Behind Controller Drift. It's a very good video. In it, they interview an astrophysicist, and he starts off explaining how the inside of a controller works. Then he moves on to talking about how drift occurs. He doesn't talk about debris that much in the video. He concentrates mainly on the wear and tear, as well as factory defects, which causes the issues. He goes on talking about how many cycles analog sticks are rated for. What seems to be the heart of what he is saying is that those low ratings leave the analog sticks susceptible to wear and tear. So basically, someone who watches that video may come away feeling like there's really no way to stop the issue from happening. He says nothing about blowing into the controller and cleaning the contacts, as I instruct people to do in my videos. From what I can tell from my videos, wear and tear seems to be a lesser cause of drift than other things. It would seem that debris inside the mechanism is the main culprit. Misconception 3 is that it takes too much work to repair your own controller. People straight up tell me this in a number of ways. I'll just counter by saying some of the techniques I show only take minutes to do and use some of the simplest of tools, such as a piece of cardboard or a straw. Sometimes sometimes it's only one piece of debris, like a fingernail, and just removing that one thing will make things feel like new again. As mentioned before, according to most of the comments on my videos, the simple techniques I show are very effective. Yes, if those simple techniques don't work, you have to go inside and do more complicated and time-consuming things, but I still think those things on the inside are worth a try if you're going to be throwing your controller in the trash anyway. Besides, repairing your own stuff can be quite satisfying. If you want to learn more about these easy techniques I've been talking about and showing you in this video, I made a video recently called 5 Easy Ways to Fix Drift on Any Controller, so check that one out if you want to learn more. Misconception 4 is that people think there is a specific type of fix for a specific type of analog stick issue. For example, I might have a video that says how to fix analog stick drift, and I give them 10 different things to try. But people will come into the video and say, well, my character is moving to the left, so which of these things do I use? Another person might say, my character keeps stopping unexpectedly. What should I do? That is not how it works. I only give one response. I say try the things in the video. I keep talking about debris, but if you have debris in there, it can manifest itself in a number of ways. Sometimes it's going to cause your character to move on its own, or it might cause the character to stop all of a sudden and then keep moving again. Drift is a general term that I use for a variety of problems that can happen with the analog stick. Basically, cleaning the stick mechanism can cure most of the symptoms mentioned. Misconception 5 is that there is a simple fix that works 100% of the time. This is not something I have declared in my own videos, but I do see the thumbnails of other videos on YouTube that seem to suggest that there's a simple solution to your drift issue, and if you do it, then everything's going to be 100% perfect. That simply is not the case. In fact, even in my videos where I might show up to 12 different things for people to try, I say to them in the video that my solutions may work. There's going to be some fraction of people out there where nothing in the video works. And finally, misconception 6 is that controllers of this generation are more vulnerable to drift than those in previous generations. I do not believe this is true, but proving it is a hard task to do. First off, I think it's safe to assume that 8th and 9th generation consoles like PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series have controllers that suffer from drift more than 7th generation consoles like Xbox 360 and PS3. But I don't think it's because they are more vulnerable. I think it's because 8th and 9th gen analog sticks are being used more than 7th generation sticks. Between 2011 and 2017, the gaming landscape changed big time, giving birth to what I call the forever games. These are games that people start playing, but they never stop. They just keep on playing them year after year after year. Here are some of the key games right here from that time period. Let me talk about one of them, and that's Rainbow Six Siege. I played it a lot at launch in 2015, and during that time, I met people through the game and added them to my friends list. I moved on from that game though, because I play a lot of different games, but some of those friends did not. Now it's 2024, and I can see what they are playing through the PS5 interface, and I see that some of them are still playing Rainbow Six Siege after 9 years. I know some of you probably play some of those forever games yourself, or you know people who play them. The point I'm trying to make here is that we are playing games more than ever, especially analog intensive games, and while we're playing them, we are dropping debris into the trash can design, like skin cells, crumbs, eyelashes, fingernails, and even plastic shavings from the coating on the thumbsticks. The point I'm trying to make here is that controllers nowadays are not more vulnerable, they're just more used, and that's why they have more issues. So that's all I have to say about this issue today. Let me know if you agree with any of the things I said in the video, and have a great day.